It's the Wrestling Caucus. I'm Peter A.
I'm Smiley Ariaga.
Today, we got so much to talk about because we're a few days away from WrestleMania 40. Right away, right before we get into the WrestleMania card for Saturday and Sunday, let's dive into Raw in Brooklyn, like some of the standout segments. We're gonna start with the opening segment, the Bloodline and Seth segment. This went like over 30 minutes. So what'd you think of this one?
Live, it was fucking incredible. It was awesome. It was like for weeks now we were seeing, for weeks we were seeing like these long segments open the show, which I had no issue with. I've been having no issue with these segments at all, other than like some little things like the Rock's rock concert. I wish he talked more than sang. That's just me. But I'm glad we actually got to see one of these live, see the Rock in the fucking flesh, and wow, his new theme still sounds silly, but man, yeah, he if like any wrestler who has forgotten what a promo is, watch The Rock, watch The Rock, or like hell, Roman. Gee, Roman was so Roman, man. The amount of credit I talk about this a lot, but the amount of fucking improvement this guy has shown. This guy can hang with The Rock. He can hang. He can probably hang with Punk if you put him in the ring with Punk in terms of being on the mic, and it was just amazing to see that live. I love seeing Roman live every time.
Yeah, it was a kind of good visual to see The Rock with who is a part of the bloodline all together. The Rock, Roman, Solo, Usos together, one of the Usos. I thought it was really cool. And Seth was smart, like he did like the sort of Shield entrance, but he didn't go all the way to the ring because he's vastly outnumbered. He was kind of
Yeah,
a
exactly.
smart babyface move, but I thought it was really cool. Like when Seth was, it was no bullshit. He's like, I'm here for a fight. I'll take on The Rock, and the crowd lost their mind, and he'll fight Roman again. But then he's like, and then Solo steps up. He's like, no, you got to go through me, which I thought was great. And this was a good segment. And yes, it was long, but it was compelling. And yeah, Roman was great here. Aside from that weird line when he said that if him and The Rock win against Seth and Cody, he's gonna have his way with him. That's not the kind of language you should be using
Uh,
now with all the things going on with their former employer. So
uh, oh, you mean the guy that chose Drew? That guy?
yes, yeah,
What's
the
his name?
so
But
it's
yeah,
really not a great word choice there.
I
Uh,
mean, look, is it trying to be all edgy and cool? Oh, we can't say that normally, but we can. Ooh, you know what I
yeah,
mean?
I didn't particularly like that one.
Nah, me neither.
Um, Overall, I thought it was great to see all those guys together, and yeah, it was a good follow up to last week. Lots of heat, great, love it. Um, Sami Zayn and Chad Gable, their training vignette. What'd you think of this one?
I've seen Kurt Angle and Brock Lesnar do stuff like this. We can say Brock Lesnar's name still, right? We can say that
Yeah,
name still. Okay, I've seen Kurt Angle and Brock Lesnar do shit like this. We've seen it, and it's amazing. And it makes me and it made me feel like the one silly thing about this segment. One, can you guess?
the music.
Yeah, the fucking stars level background music. Sammy is an amazing promo. Chad Gable is amazing, especially when they let him show his personality. They did not need this fucking music. That is the one goddamn issue I had. And they had like the some cheesy camera angles where it almost kind of reminded me of MJF's and Adam Cole's skits. I'm gonna call them skits in AEW. It's like, oh god, if you literally just shot this like as if like they're just training or something, and then you have Sammy say like I'm afraid. It would have no music, just live. It would have been perfect. It was great because listen, despite the cheesiness, because like I was listening to the crowd as we were watching this, everyone was like, "Oh yeah, shit, this is cool." But then they started, okay, this is a little cheesy. But then Sammy and Gable by the end won them over because they're so good. Like, yeah, they didn't need the music, but other than that, I like this segment. I know I love seeing Sammy and Gable.
I think I buy into Sami Zayn. I buy into Chad Gable, because I think Chad Gable has, you know, he hasn't been presented all that well consistently. There were little bursts here and there where they're like, okay, this guy we could kind of take seriously. And there's times where they remind us that he's an Olympic level wrestler and all that stuff. But I think this situation with Sammy and Chad, and uh, Sammy beating Chad, and Sammy in real life not liking the reaction that he got because of what happened last year in Montreal. He thought they were all behind him. So there's some reality here, which is really cool. It's not like fourth wall nonsense. It's like someone who has genuine, real emotion and applying it to a storyline. And I like the fact that Chad kind of brought it out of him that he's really scared, because he's not necessarily scared of Gunther. He just kind of like insecurity, like, can I do it? You know what I mean? Because of what happened in their match. I thought it was really well done. Yes, was it overproduced? It was a little soap opera-esque, but
Yeah.
largely I thought it was very believable. It wasn't like the Adam Cole MJF stuff. I was open-minded to it because I'm like, oh, let's see where this is gonna go. But we all saw where it went, and it wasn't a great place. But
Yeah.
this year, I don't know about you, this definitely made me excited to see him and Gunther.
Oh, oh,
Yeah.
hell yeah. They got hell yeah. I'm
And I
excited to see.
like, what did you think about this when Sammy was on the bike? No, he was in the ring, and then Chad put the choke on him, and then Sammy was like, "What are you doing? Are you insane?" Like, it's like Gunther's not gonna take it easy on you. He's not gonna slow down for you. So,
Yeah, like that was okay. Like you remember how Moxley had that fucking Rocky 3 idea with Punk?
sure,
Yeah, and like this was this was like a Rocky 3 thing, but they actually used the scene that I loved in Rocky 3 where Apollo is helping Rocky train to beat, the scary Clubber Lang, and Rocky's scared, and fucking Apollo's like, "What the hell's the matter with you, Rock?" And then Rocky's just like, "We'll do it tomorrow." And then Apollo's like, "There is no tomorrow." This is reminiscent of that. Like, you have a guy that the baby face beat, helping him beat a scarier guy. I love that dynamic. And I actually really thought it was cool when Gable came up and surprise choked him, but it's yet another thing that would have came off a lot better had there been not that cheesy music in the background. Because I
yeah.
thought, because like I wouldn't want to be choked by Chad Gable,
What's kind of funny?
especially
It's
not
like,
surprisingly.
right. It's the show's called Monday Night Raw, and I wish that this vignette would had more of a raw production and not so
Just live, like get a camera.
Hollywood.
Like, you don't have to make you don't have to make everything a skit. A cool thing about wrestling segments is that they're one shot. They're one shot, and that's it. That's my favorite. That's one of my favorite things about good wrestling segments. They're one shot. You don't need a lot of camera cuts. You don't. It's all live in front of you, and it feels more real when there's no camera cuts. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what this was missing. Just let them be them. You didn't have to. Maybe you didn't have to do. Maybe you didn't have to show every aspect of the training. Maybe you could have just shown, like, I don't know, Sammy doing some push-ups or something like that, or doing like drills, and then he stops, and then Gable and yells at him, and then they have their thing. It didn't have to be a whole montage. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right. And speaking of very real and simple and raw, this Becky Lynch and Rhea Ripley program is pretty damn great.
Yeah. And before we get to that, like I like to keep in mind, like with Gable and Sammy, they're so damn good that this segment was worth critiquing. Like really, I guess my only negative that, like, it got in the way of their work. That's it. But like
Yeah,
with Becky and
I just thought it was just a little overproduced, but
yeah,
overall, I think if you're gonna watch something from Raw, I'd go out of your way to see it.
yeah, of course, of course.
The core content of it was flawless, except for, everything
Yeah.
else. Little too much sugar. That's it, but nothing else.
But I think it's good that we actually have stuff to say about it. Usually, like when a
Exactly.
bad segment happens, it's like I don't want to think about it. But it's like, you see, this would have been perfect. It would have been perfect if took out one little thing. But with Rhea and Becky, like you brought up, that was ill.
Yeah, it
That
was
was
great
ill.
because so Rhea mentioned Becky Lynch's daughter saying she's gonna be saying mommy, like I'm her mommy or something like that.
Oh.
And Becky was on Ariel Helwani's show, and she did not like that. And it's like whether she really didn't or it's storyline, it, who cares? This is good. It's good. It's great drama, and it's believable. And Becky was on Raw. She was not. She was very like, "Let's go, come out here. Let's go.
You
I'll
know,
give you." And then she did that. She showed up on to Rhea's interview and tried to get in her face, and security kind of pulled her off. I thought that was very raw how that was shot. It wasn't
yeah.
like music going on, nothing like that.
It felt real. Like Rio was just chilling, and you just hear Becky's voice, and like, hey, you just hear Becky talking shit, like, oh shit, you already know what's gonna happen. And you're like, oh man.
And then on Raw, they just brawled. They had security
Yeah.
out, but throughout the rest of the show, it's like, where was security with when Roman was jumping Cody? Where was security when Gunther was beating up Sammy today? All the security was here breaking up the two women so the two women don't fight. But it's almost like
Yeah. All the
Rock.
security and referees are on some AEW shit tonight. They just weren't doing their jobs. You just see referees not counting. You see security guards just watching shit happen.
I
Like,
guess the Rock paid them all off.
yep.
Okay, so the main event, Seth and Solo. This was Bloodline Rules. What did you think of this one?
It was a lot less it was a lot less ridiculous than I thought it was going to be. Like it was actually like I actually liked the story they were trying to tell. And like I like how all the tables actually broke properly. Like the story of Seth trying to suplex Solo and he just can't because maybe because of his back or
Yeah,
because of his leg, and like he just couldn't. And I think he did get him eventually, didn't he?
did, and that was the spot that injured him all those years ago. He blew out his knee the first time.
Oh, with
He
the
was also
buckle, like when he
medically.
landed on his leg.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's a nice callback, actually.
Yep.
Yeah. That was a good match. It was a really good match. I'm actually happy it had a finish.
Yeah. I mean, this show wasn't about like matches, but there was matches, but it was mostly just about setting up to WrestleMania. That was the main thing here. There were matches, and some of them were really good. Some of them were good. Some of them were fine. But it was really just about, okay, WrestleMania is in a few days, so let's get some. This is an angle heavy show, so there's a lot of angles. Let's get a lot of angles. Let's get everybody on TV and just you know talk people into the building, as it were. So I thought this was the best match on the whole show, and the angle after it was pretty great, which I'll get to in a second. But this was showing us what Bloodline Rules is, and all the hoopla, all the Bloodline ran in and everything. So um it gives us a reason to see Cody and Seth win this, because this is what's gonna happen. Imagine what's gonna happen on Sunday with Bloodline Rules. Because last year, half the damn Bloodline ran in and cost Cody the belt. So yeah, it was very entertaining. And then The Rock and Roman proceed to whip Cody and Seth
They literally whipped his ass. Literally.
like a government mule. It was
Ah.
it was heavy. It
Oh
was real
yeah.
heavy.
It was really funny.
Yeah, that
It's the
tells
sound
you.
of him whipping it with the belt.
Yeah, and you could hear it. You could hear it from all the way where we were.
You know what the crazy thing is? He didn't even have the same bloodstained white belt that he had for Cody. He had a different belt, a different one for him. It's
Maybe he'll come out of
like,
WrestleMania with both of the belts. So
could you just imagine like The Rock's house? He has a closet like full of just belts that he made. This one I'm gonna whip Cody's ass on Monday. This one I'm gonna whip Cody's ass on Friday, and this one I'm gonna whip Cody's ass tonight.
yeah,
like, like no, like that was really good.
that was great. It was a good stuff. It was a good heated angle. It was like a classic old school heel angle. It was great. I loved
No,
it.
honestly, I'm glad I didn't leave early because I would have been so mad if I'd missed that live.
Right, and
Like,
I was exhausted, but
yeah, me
I
too.
was
But
very
like,
entertained. It was really good. But CM Punk was advertised for the show, but he wasn't there. Um, you think maybe because the Bloodline stuff went long, or
I mean, he probably was like at the Shake Shack eating, like just grabbing some dinner because
yeah, there you go.
there's not a lot of food in the arena. But yeah, no, that sucked. Yeah, it was actually advertised.
He was.
Really? Oh, that
Yeah.
sucks.
Yeah.
Oh, man. They didn't even replay a segment from last week.
Yeah, maybe because maybe because Punk doesn't really have a match at WrestleMania, so maybe they just
Well,
wanted.
he's gonna be commentating for Drew and Seth.
Oh, that's true. And it's also still SmackDown. He's going to be in Philly because he's going to be at the press conferences and all that stuff. So maybe he'll be on SmackDown. But
Yeah, because you had some SmackDown guys come on Raw, so you're probably gonna have maybe a Raw guy like Punk go to SmackDown. So you'll probably be at SmackDown.
yeah, it's called WrestleMania SmackDown. So he'll probably be there or something to talk a little bit. And yeah, I just wished I would have taken something. They can't he wasn't there at all. I mean, 3 hours, you could
Yeah,
have
I
fit
know,
it in
right?
somewhere. I don't know what the situation
Everybody
was,
was ready
but
for him. Everybody was ready for him
they were chanting his name all night.
all night, like literally. Like,
But I guess, you could also say, okay, he doesn't have a match really. I guess he just really wanted to focus on the people who had matches and stuff like that.
yeah,
But
that's true.
still, but
He probably
you
didn't want to take
advertise
away
them.
any attention from them because, like, I mean, Punk in a freaking cast is more over than most of the roster.
Oh yeah, but
Yeah.
but the thing is, yeah, I think my only issue is like you advertise them. So,
Yeah.
but whatever. It's not the end of the world.
But they lie all the time, motherfuckers. They
Yeah,
always lie.
sure. Yeah, but yeah, like if he was wrestling and you said Punk is in action and you didn't, that would be no, that would be fucked up. That would be terrible. They've done that before in the past, not just with Punk, but just in general.
Oh no, they have, yeah, plenty of times.
Okay. Anything else on Raw before we move on to Mania?
Uh it's sad to see Natalia on main event.
Yeah,
Very sad to see Natalia on main event. But
yeah. I wish they
I love
did.
Natalia.
Yeah, they've always been start stop with her. They gave her she was the champion for a little while, but they would give her a little bit and then they just have nothing for her. I bet after WrestleMania they're gonna do something with her. Because I remember it was 2019. They weren't doing much with her, and then she was in a program with Becky Lynch for SummerSlam, just out of nowhere. So
The most memorable program I remember Natty in recent, like in the last really memorable program I remember, which when she feuded against Nikki Bella.
right.
Yeah, like that was like the last, that was like the most memorable thing I like, and that was years ago.
Yes. Okay, so let's go through WrestleMania, both nights, and I really like that Triple H, he posted on his Instagram the card for Saturday and Sunday, which I think is great. I love that. But before that, WrestleMania this year is gonna be very hip hop in the sense that Lil Wayne's gonna be there because he ran to Jey Uso ran into him backstage, and Lil Wayne said he's gonna be at WrestleMania. They play a little video teasing Meek Mill at WrestleMania, so they're using a few of his songs for the show too, along with the weekend. So maybe he'll perform or something, which would be cool.
I think they should keep it simple. Maybe let Meek Mill perform, like open the show and do Dreams and Nightmares, because literally that song literally makes all the sense in the world for this, for especially Cody's story, literally the American Nightmare achieving his dream. Uh, and maybe Lil Wayne could probably, maybe they could, maybe freaking Jey Uso can come out to a Lil Wayne song and have Lil Wayne rapping while he comes out.
Yeah, they could do "I'm a Boss" with the Roots playing as the backing band.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Or imagine like he comes out to like what the hell, or like that song Crazy. You heard that Crazy with a K, that song that he had on the Carter. It was like it
Oh
was
yes,
supposed to,
yes, yes. It's
yeah,
like a
it was
one-off
supposed to be on the
single. Yeah,
old Carter 5 that never came out.
right.
Yeah, I mean, or 6'7". Like there are a lot. I don't know. Like,
Sure, a Millie or any.
oh, a Millie. Yeah, yeah. Jey Uso can come out to a Millie.
Yeah, that'd be great.
That's what I
All
thought
right.
he was asking him for. Like, yo, you about to be there? Give me that song, bro. Because they gave me the stupidest song ever.
It's just me, Oos.
It's
Day
just me.
one. It's just me, Oos. It's terrible. It's terrible.
Yeah.
All right, let's go through the Saturday card. Now, I'm not reading this in the order that the matches will happen. I'm just going in the order that Triple H posted. He posted a carousel of 7 images, so let's go through it. So we're starting with Cody and Seth versus Rock and Roman. And if Cody and Seth wins, there will be no bloodline present for Sunday's match. And if The Rock and Roman win, Cody and Roman's match on Sunday will be under bloodline rules. So what do we think is going to go on here?
Hoopla. Lots of hoopla.
Yeah.
I'm sure like probably the first half of the match would be a good tag would be a just a good tag match because like everyone in this ring, Rock was literally born to wrestle, and everyone in this ring is a good worker and a good wrestler. So honestly, like they can't really have a horrible match. Like like they'd have to try to do that. So maybe the first half can be like this average tag match, and then all the hoopla starts at towards the end.
I think so. The Rock is in his 50s. He hasn't wrestled a match really since 2013. And even after that match, he got hurt. And if you've just been watching him the last couple of weeks, he hasn't been running or anything like that. He's either being very careful or he's literally physically limited. So this is not going to be FTR and the Young Bucks. It's not going to be
No,
the
no.
Hardys and Edge and Christian from 2000. It's not going to be High Octane, and it's not going to be
No,
Rock
and it shouldn't
Express and
be.
Midnight
It doesn't
Express.
need to be.
Yeah, it's not going to be like that. Nor should it be. There's going to be a lot of hoopla. There's going to be a lot of showmanship. There's going to be it's just heels being heelish.
I mean, I don't mind. I wouldn't mind seeing The Rock put someone in a good-looking headlock. Like, I'm not saying they have to like, fucking
Oh yeah.
Legion of Doom level shit. Like, like have like a good because like they're all competent workers. They're all like
Yes.
they're not gonna have a bad match. Like,
I think this match would be at its best simple. A lot of brawling and just heel tactics and stuff like that. So
I mean, you look at all of Roman's matches. Like, I mean, the match he had with Jey Uso at SummerSlam, that was relatively one of the reasons why it was so great was that it was a lot of the things they were doing were very simple, but they were giving time to breathe. They were selling really well, and everything looked sensational.
Right.
Like every little thing, like so, like like Roman's matches. Roman doesn't need to do a lot of bullshit in his matches for it to be good. So I'm sure this match is gonna be good. In terms of who's gonna win, I don't know. I have no idea. Honestly, I can't call it. I mean, look, if Cody loses on Saturday, he's got to win on Sunday. If he wins on it, I'm gonna be honest with you. If Cody wins on Saturday, I'm gonna be very nervous for Sunday. I'm gonna be very nervous.
I think you could do two things, right? You can have Cody and Seth lose on Saturday with through Gaga. And you can have Seth and Cody go into both of their title matches on Sunday a little weaker. It'll be something for them to overcome, and they just overcome all the obstacles. And maybe you see a spot where Seth whips The Rock with a few times. Maybe like Seth and Cody, like they do the Shield powerbomb on Rock and Roman, or the other way around.
They tease that. They tease doing the powerbomb on Rock, and then Roman saved him.
Yeah, I think you could go both ways. I mean, I kind of like the idea of them losing on Saturday, so they go into their matches a little weaker, and then they, it's a bigger deal when they win because they overcome such a a grand obstacle and stuff like that. So I can go that way. That would be good. But if having Seth and Cody have a clean sweep both nights, that works too. That works too.
I mean, that wouldn't be the worst thing. But I mean, yeah, I mean, if they actually do that, I'll be kind of baffled.
Yeah.
I just know that if Seth win on Saturday, I will be very nervous for the next day. Mostly for Cody. Seth can afford to lose to Drew. It's fine.
Which is kind of a good thing, though. That going in the next day a little nervous. Is he going to win? Is he not going to win?
Exactly.
That's
but I'd rather. But I do like your idea of them maybe losing and then like maybe just like going into the next night as like at a disadvantage and then overcoming even bigger odds.
Or they lose the tag match, but Cody doesn't get pinned. Seth gets pinned.
There we go.
And Seth, who has lingering injuries that can play into the story of Drew and Seth. And well, we'll talk about Drew and Seth later, but there's a lot you can do here storyline wise. It's very all compelling. There's a lot of moving parts here, But yeah, okay,
Oh no, no, oh, one little thing. Like,
sure.
remember, like, when they teased the power bomb into the table on Rock, and like Roman saved him. Roman was gonna take, I think he was taking Seth. He was gonna throw him towards the steps, and they both slipped. But one thing that was kind of amazing, they both slipped, but they both at the same time rolled and recovered very quickly.
Well, also Cody was beaten damn near half to death last week, so you know if you slip, it's fine.
No. It was. I think it was Roman and Seth. I think
Roman
Roman
and
was
Seth,
grabbing
okay,
Seth, and he was gonna throw him into the steps, but I think they tripped over a piece of the table. But it didn't look bad. Like they both rolled on the floor and recovered very quickly.
okay, all right,
Yeah. It was. Everyone was like, "Oh shit!" I was like, "Oh, okay, they're fine."
okay. So next for Saturday we have Becky Lynch, Rhea Ripley, Women's World Championship. Who do you got?
Oh, Becky could win. Becky could win, or like maybe like if Rhea retains, because like it would be kind of cool on paper to have like the Judgment Day dripped in gold by the end of the night still, but like I do feel like the Judgment Day might be losing the tag titles, if
Yeah,
and Rhea might be losing the woman, and if Rhea loses the women's title, that leaves Priest. And I do we are like, one thing that is lingering for both world title matches, it doesn't matter who, no matter who wins, Priest is either fucking over someone in Cody's match or he's fucking over someone in Seth and McIntyre's match. Because he will cash in. He will cash in Sunday night. It's been history with Money in the Bank all the time. I truly feel like I'll be baffled if he cashes in and he fails. I mean, if he does, I'll be happy because I hate Money in the Bank. But that's one thing we got to keep that in mind.
um, Becky doesn't necessarily need to win here.
Not really. Not really.
No, and you know she has her book and everything like that. She has a lot going on, but Rhea is someone that you need to kind of like keep hot because Becky's already established. Rhea is established, but like not on the level that Becky Lynch is. And she had the title for a year, but I think she should hold a little bit, you know, until I don't know. I mean, Becky could win, and it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. You can always put the belt back on Rhea like in a few months or something like that because Becky doesn't need to hold the title for a year. Rhea needed to hold the title for a year because
Yeah.
this is the first time in that main event spotlight. But the thing is, I don't know. They're not really getting a lot of other people ready for
For
Rhea
Jay
right
Cargo.
now. I guess Jade Cargo, but not ready. She's not ready yet for
Like
that.
the way I see it, like Rhea can retain. I think Rhea can retain, and Becky will be fine. Rhea can retain
Yeah,
because like
I
you
have no
have,
problem with Rhea retaining.
yeah, because like Rhea, come on, like for the past 3 years of WrestleMania, she's been fucking. She earned the right to retain. Like that match she had with Charlotte a
Yeah,
couple years ago at Mania, like solidified her. Like
and I think
so,
that when I looked at the brawl that Rhea and Becky had, they were chanting "mommy," but they're also in Brooklyn, and New York is very you know, they're cheering for the people they want to cheer, and they boo who they want to boo. It doesn't matter what your character is or anything. So that's probably like a misnomer, but um, yeah, I see Rhea having it for a little while longer, not too much longer, but yeah, I can go either way here, but I'm leaning towards Rhea retaining because yeah, like they need to really solidify her as like, yeah, one of, if not the one of the biggest stars here. So I'd be okay with her holding on the belt for a little while longer.
yeah, for this women's title match, Rhea, yeah, Rhea retaining is fine with me, honestly.
Yeah. Intercontinental Championship match. We have Gunther and Sami Zayn. What do you think is going on here?
If Sammy beats Gunther, that is really big for him because Gunther is to me, one of my favorite wrestlers in the world right now. He's to me, he's one of the best in the world. And Sammy is just amazing. I argued that he should have beat Roman. He could have beat Roman at Elimination Chamber. And if
Yeah.
they're not going to give him that, he can beat Gunther, and he'll earn it. Obviously, like I don't see how this match is going to be bad. This is going to be amazing. But and hell, if Gunther retains, that's fine too. Because well, then again, actually, if Gunther loses the IC title, I want Gunther in the run for the world title.
Exactly.
He could be Cody's first opponent, or
Could-
they can even build for months for SummerSlam with Cody and because Cody and Gunther, that's been in the water since Cody won his first Royal Rumble. They teased
Yeah.
that for years.
Yeah.
So yeah, Gunther can lose to Sammy, give Sammy a monstrous win over one of the best guys they have, and then immediately put Gunther in the running for the world title. Gunther is this like that is a world champion right there. That is a future world champion. Like look at him.
Of course. And then they're doing a lot of European shows this summer. So they may want a European champion. So if he doesn't beat Sammy, I could see him like doing something with Seth or Drew. Not Cody, not touching Cody yet. Not yet.
No, because when he wrestles Cody, he's got to kill him. He's got to annihilate him. That's the thing. So,
Yeah.
like, give Cody a little bit of time, and then bung, ring the Gunther bell, and then Gunther kills him.
Sure. So I would say Sami Zayn wins here because you don't bring up Sammy wanting to, not make up, but he thinks he's really afraid to let his wife down, his kids down, and Montreal down, and all that other stuff. So I see him getting a huge win here. It'll be great. I wish it was Chad Gable, to be honest.
That's the
He
thing.
deserved, yeah.
That's
Forget about deserved. He's earned. I mean, every time he has a big match where he's just about to get to that next level, and the crowd is so behind him, and it never really happens. Just imagine if he gets a huge win at WrestleMania, because Sami Zayn, he main evented WrestleMania last year, the tag team title match, and it was a great moment. He had his moment. But it would be great to see Chad Gable here, but Sami Zayn being here is not, to me it's just as interesting, because we know what Sami Zayn can do, and we know what Chad Gable can do. But I think Sammy has that credibility with the audience already. So there you go.
He does, and like he listens, and like even in that match he had with Bronson Reed on Raw, you can just see that Sammy listens to the crowd. Like when we were saying, all right, they should probably go home, Sammy started like, okay, let's set up to go home. Like he can, like very few guys like listen to the crowd the way he does, but on the other hand, you brought up a great point. Like there's another world where I can see freaking like Gable having a star making performance. I mean, look, we've seen him have many star making performances as a tag team wrestler. A win or even hell a match with Gunther at WrestleMania would immortalize him. Like Gable's just that good. So
yeah, absolutely. But it's also the U.S. title. We'll get to that too. So all right, here's a match both of us have been looking forward to. It's Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, brother versus brother, WrestleMania. What do you think?
The best tag team, one of the best tag teams in the world, wrestling each other. I think it's the same result as the last time FTR wrestled each other. It's just going to be the best match, one of the best matches on the show.
This is almost a year in the making.
Yeah.
It's stemming from when Jay trusted Sammy to be in the bloodline, and Jay kind of broke away from the bloodline. Jay wrestles Roman, and here comes Jay. After essentially being exiled from the bloodline too, cost Jay the title. So I love it. I think this is great stuff.
During the SummerSlam match when Jimmy betrayed Jay, Jay's match against Roman, when Jimmy screwed over Jay and joined the bloodline again, I had a problem with it only because yay, my favorite tag team's breaking up fucking again. But man, I think Jimmy's performance when betraying Jay might have teased this match here. The storytelling here goes back a while. So I want these two to be a fucking tag team again, but I know this match is going to be incredible.
Yeah, I think that's what they're going to lead to. I think they're going to, earn each other's respect, and they'll just come back together and maybe just leave the bloodline and just be the Usos again. I think that's a possibility too. and then you start to see people, you know, leaving the, not just, they're always going to be family and all that stuff, but like separating themselves from Roman, and he'll just be alone at the top with the wise man.
Yeah, it's his brother, Negro.
Yeah. Also, like they can also, maybe they bring in Jacob Fatu or something like that, and
Oh, Fatu.
something.
So
Yeah.
Fatu and Solo be a tag team and
Something.
wrestle Jimmy and Jay.
That'd be amazing.
That would be incredible.
That's money. Yeah.
Isn't it crazy? Jimmy and Jay separated are still one of the best tag teams
Of
right now.
course.
Separated.
Who do you think is going to win though?
uh, well, well, here's the thing. That's the thing. Jay has proven himself. Jay has proven himself as a main eventer like 50 times over. Even if he couldn't beat Roman at SummerSlam, that was still a star-making performance. If Jimmy gets the win here, that can be good for him too. I think Jimmy. I don't remember the last time Jimmy got like a crazy win. So a shocking, like I guess. I mean, look, they're drawing a lot of parallels to when Bret Hart wrestled Owen, and when Owen shocked the world and beat Bret. Even Bret, I still remember Bret's reaction, like just being like, "Wow, my brother beat me." Like he was like, "Damn, I lost," but at the same time, he's like, "Okay, yeah, this guy." I know why he beat me.
40th anniversary of WrestleMania. Why not call back to one of the more memorable WrestleMania matches? Yeah, I could see that doing the Bret Owen thing. The younger brother wins, even though they're not that far apart in age. But
no,
yeah,
not really.
I'd see Jay winning as revenge for costing him the world title. So yeah.
And at the end of the night, people for the first time, at least to me, like the subtext of this story is that for the first time, people are gonna know which one is which.
Exactly, 1,000%.
Yeah,
1,000%. 4 years of storytelling, just unbelievable. Love it. All right, here's a match I'm looking forward to as well. It's the six-pack ladder match for the tag team titles, and you got the New Day, you got Judgment Day, you got DIY, you got the Catch Republic, you have Grayson Waller and Austin Theory, and you have Miz and R-Truth. So who do you think's gonna win this one?
I'm sorry, I just remembered the new Catch Republic name is still.
It's something.
Oh, well, like I just hope no one fucking hurts themselves. But
Oh, it's a ladder match. I'm gonna get hurt.
no, I was thinking like Austin Theory. The last few times I've seen the guy wrestle, he's almost hurt himself a lot. So I worry about him.
Yeah.
But who's gonna win? I mean, the Judgment Day can like really the only tag teams I can identify in this match is the Judgment Day. Are the Viking Raiders in this match?
No.
Man,
you know what I would have done? I would have had, they're kind of like reheating DIY. I would have, instead of Grayson Waller and Austin Theory, I would have had the Creed.
Grayson Waller. Oh, Grayson Waller. Yeah, he is Austin.
I would have had at least one NXT tag team.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the Creed brothers.
One surprise slot.
Yeah. Why not? They've been getting good reactions of the past couple of weeks. So they don't have to win. They can just be in it. Get them some attention.
Well, who's a hot tag team in NXT right now?
Those guys, like, I don't know who's the hottest tag teams, but I've been seeing the Creed brothers on the main roster TV more than any other team from NXT.
Oh, so, the Creed brothers I worry about too, because some of their tag team moves can be a little cumbersome.
Yeah, but at least I'm saying like they're getting a good reaction.
Yeah,
and it'll be a nice platform for them. I mean, and the match will be much more interesting than with Grayson Waller and Austin Theory. I guess you need some like chicken shit heels in this. So
the Creed brothers aren't in this match.
No, so I'm saying they I wish they were, but yeah. For this one, I kind of don't see the Judgment Day losing this.
Yeah, I hope whoever wins this match gets a new set of tag belts.
Yeah, that's like the least of my concerns, but I appreciate them like trying to like restart some interest in the tag teams, because after Sammy and Kevin Owens kind of just fell apart.
Yeah,
they need to do something, but right now I just don't see the Judgment Day losing. right now. I don't see a team that's like got enough momentum. That's like, yeah, I can see them beating the Judgment Day. So,
Because
yeah,
honestly,
Judgment Day wins this.
you read off the tag teams in this match, and I forgot like most of them. Like, oh god.
Yeah,
But I guess I'll bet in the Judgment Day. Honestly,
yeah, Judgment Day or maybe DIY because they've been getting a lot of wins on TV, I guess. But I don't know. Yeah, I'd rather just keep them on the Judgment Day for now and then heat some more tag teams down the line or something.
it's kind of sad because Ciampa and Gargano reuniting should be a bigger deal, but they're presented as
They
such
were NXT,
whatever.
yeah, because they were NXT too long, and when they got called up to the main roster, they just went out there and just did matches, and there wasn't any storylines for them at a point. And remember, Johnny Gargano, left WWE or was fired. I forgot what happened. And Candice already had a kid and all that stuff, so it kind of like kind of cooled them off. And I guess now they're starting to get better, better reactions, but it's not like what it was. If this was like 2019 or something, it would have been a different story. But they were
Yeah, like
getting decent, yeah,
if this was 2019 when they were hot, when they were still hot as hell,
yeah.
like okay, if they had if they had still kept all that momentum and they had reunited now, I'd be super behind them winning, DIY winning.
Sure, but not right now.
No, it's like
Let's see. Okay, so we have is this the last match for Saturday? No, second to last one. We have Jade Cargill, Naomi, Bianca Belair versus Damage Control. Dakota Kai, Kairi Sane, and Asuka.
I think Jay Cargill's crew is gonna bulldoze. Is gonna bulldoze damage control. I think that's because they're gonna show that Bailey was the backbone of damage control. I mean, you still got Asuka, but I want Asuka to be a singles person again. So yeah, no, I'm banking on Jade Cargill. I don't think they're gonna have her lose her WrestleMania debut. And from what she did to them on SmackDown, I think everyone's gonna be banking on Jade Cargill to bulldoze them.
Yeah, this is definitely just a showcase for Jade Cargill. There's a few things you could do. You could have Damage Control win, and like Jade Cargill like betray them or something like that, and you can do a program where you can have Jade Cargill wrestle both Naomi, not together, but like you wrestle both of them individually and like beat them, and then like maybe be in line for a women's title down the line or something like that. You could do that. You could do like a month or two of story between those two or something.
I mean, honestly, if
Yeah,
you can cut out Naomi and you can cut out maybe
Dakota Kai.
Dakota and just have Asuka and Kyrie versus Jade and Bianca,
Yeah,
I think that would be a much better match to me.
yeah. But I just see as of right now, I think the simplest thing what they're gonna do, at least for right now, is they're not gonna like just hotshot anything. Jade Cargill's gonna look strong, and three black women celebrate in the ring together, and it'll just be a nice moment. All right, moving on to we have the LWO versus Santos Escobar and Dominic. So we have Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee, and apparently on SmackDown last week, Rey Mysterio chose Dragon Lee over Carlito, but Carlito essentially had their back for months and months. So maybe they're teasing Rey Mysterio and Carlito. Maybe Carlito would betray the LWO and join with Santos Escobar. Maybe.
Carlito will spit an apple in Rey Mysterio's eye.
Yeah.
And then Dominic will probably feel bad. Like, what have I done? I've
I
betrayed my
love this
father.
new Carlito. This new Carlito is so great. He's not doing the Apple stuff anymore.
No more.
It was fine, but you're that was like 18 years ago. It's like that's almost 20 years ago. You can't do that anymore.
No.
So who do you think is gonna win? You got Rey Mysterio, Dragon Lee, and Dominic and um Santos Escobar.
Dominic and Santos. I don't know. I mean, I could definitely see Ray putting over. I could definitely see Dominic and Santos being put over because
Right.
Dominic is super hot, and I don't know. They've been kind of teasing Dominic a rift between Dominic and the Judgment Day. So maybe this could be the start of Dominic's babyface turn. But in terms of who wins, eh,
I mean,
maybe Dominic gets one over on them.
you could say like Rey Mysterio would pin Santos and protect Dominic, but I could also see uh like Dominic pinning Rey.
Oh,
And
that would be cool.
yeah,
That'd
and
be
then like
cool.
then you can start the dissension between LWO too. Like Carlito's like, if you would put me in there, that wouldn't have happened and all this other stuff. You could do that.
Oh yeah, and plus that would be big for Dominic beating his dad at
Yeah.
WrestleMania.
I mean, Ray beat him last year, so I could actually honestly see Dominic beating his dad.
Yeah,
I could
yeah.
definitely see that because yes, Dominic is so hot. He's like one of the hottest heels in the company. It's crazy the heat that he
And
gets.
he can work. He's
He's
trained by a
great.
fucking Lance Storm.
He's so great. He
He's
does the
good.
little, yeah, he reminds me of Jay
Good.
White in a way. Like he does very little subtle things that just work and it gets tons of heat. So great. Love it. All right, that's Saturday.
He's
So
probably gonna miss working with Rhea though.
sure. Yeah, they're a good act.
I love them.
All right, let's go to Sunday. I don't want to start with Cody and Roman. I want to save that for last. So let's start
Okay.
with okay, we got a 6-man. We got this is like the men's equivalent of the Jade Cargill, Bianca, and Naomi.
Eight
So you have the
six
Street
man.
Profits and you have Bobby Lashley versus um Authors of Pain and Karrion Kross. So
Oh, that means wait, the Street Pods are gonna come out to Bobby Lashley's stupid song.
I don't know about that because I don't know if you've been watching SmackDown recently. Like Street Profits
Not
came
all
up
of it.
with music with Bobby Lashley.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's better than Bobby Lashley's dumbass theme.
Oh, it's so stupid. And the crowd's dead when it's nothing. It's nothing. Street Profits music is fun. It's a party.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, no, I got my money on the Street Profits. Whoa, wait, yeah, they're facing Karrion Cross's team, right?
Yeah, and Authors of Pain.
I forgot that the Authors of Pain were back. I haven't been seeing a lot of their promos recently.
Yeah, like their segments have kind of like anything with Karrion Kross is a little bit over the top.
We're scary. It's
Yeah,
like
it's
the
like that.
Authors of, it's like the fucking the other
Like the House
guys
of
who
Black.
dress in black in AEW. What the
But this
fucking
it's a little more dialed down than the House of Black, I think. But it's still kind of just it's a little bit overdone, you know.
we're
So
scary, we're a cult. We
yeah.
were black. We're gonna all right, okay. All right, guys, come on.
I could see them trying to like, get the Authors of Pain up and running again, but the Judgment Day are heels now, right? At least right now. I could see the Street Profits and Judgment Day for the tag titles. I could see that. I could see them winning here. Yeah, I don't know. This one is a little bit tough to call.
Nah,
Really,
honestly, the Street Profits can freaking take this.
they
Come
could
on,
win. Yeah,
they
they
can take
could.
this.
But
Like,
I guess I honestly see like, because Authors of Pain haven't been on TV in a long time, and all those guys that were on NXT that were like on NXT too long, and they come up and Vince ruined them. Those guys need a lot more momentum to
yeah,
really
that's
reignite
true.
and really get reconnected with the audience and stuff like that. So,
Yeah, like I guess give a win to the Authors of Pain. And plus, like, look, when the Authors of Pain are just killing motherfuckers, they're great.
but I think that the Street Profits, as soon as they got to the main roster, even in NXT, they were hot.
Yeah, they're on
They
another
were,
level.
I
They're
don't
on
know.
another
Yeah,
level, a lot of these guys.
I think the Street Profits need a big win too, though. So I'd say the Street Profits and Lashley should win this one. Okay. Oh, here's one of my favorite storylines.
Oh God.
We got LA Knight and AJ Styles. Oh, what do you think? What do you think about this one?
Loser goes to jail.
Yeah. This is some 1997 stuff. It's interesting. What do you think of all this? How they do this match?
Well, they do ham it like we're gonna go invade your house. Yeah, so like our independent contractors, we allow them to go and commit home invasions. That's great in both AEW and in WWE. So they're all allowed to break the law. That's awesome. But no, it was just hysterical seeing LA Knight beat up AJ from the point of view of a body cam.
Yeah.
And suspiciously, they were both fine. The cops didn't pull out their guns. So
The whole thing was like, okay, yeah, AJ Styles fool. Like, this is just two people that are just insane. Like, they're just not well. AJ flies all the way to Australia and jumps LA Knight in the chamber with a chair. Then LA Knight proceeds to invade the home of AJ Styles while he's doing an interview. He's honking the horn. That killed me. AJ Styles is talking to whatever, he's in his gym, and you hear beep, 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 and LA Knight's there, and then they start brawling, and then the cops come, and then, like you said, the cops come, and you see them rolling on the grass. It's hysterical. It's comedy. It's so, like, if it wasn't AJ Styles and LA Knight, like, there's no way I would take this seriously. But I think, I love these guys so much. They're just gonna do such a great job. They're gonna beat the living shit out of each other,
oh, this
hopefully.
match is gonna be awesome. This match is
Yeah.
gonna be awesome. Like
But I
it's
wish they would leave the 1997 stuff in 1997. We don't
yeah.
need reasons. Like, it's happening all throughout wrestling. Like, stop it. Like, really stop it.
Because it's funny. It's SNL.
Yeah, it's just too much
Hilarious.
of the past. Like, we don't need any of this hokey stuff.
Wink, wink. It's hysterical, guys.
But I think LA Knight should win.
Yeah, I mean, AJ winning. Oh, well, actually, you know something? I mean, on one hand, it's like AJ is is amazing, but yeah, LA Knight should win. Like, give him like because he's super hot. Even when AJ was away, LA Knight was like consistently people love him, and I love him. Like even if people weren't a fan of, I love LA Knight. Like honestly, so yeah. I would say LA Knight should win this, and plus AJ's been putting him through hell anyway. So
Yeah, he needs to be in the mix for something. Like, beating AJ Styles will get him, will elevate him a little bit. And yeah, he's hot right now. They got to do something with him. So this will be a good opportunity for LA Knight. All right, moving on to the U.S. title match. We have Logan Paul versus Kevin Owens versus Randy Orton. What do you think?
oh fuck, can someone just like can someone just lock Logan Paul in the locker room and just have Kevin and fucking Randy wrestle? I yeah, I don't know. I'd much rather see Kevin versus Randy. So I want one of them to win, so that we see less of Logan Paul.
Um,
I'm not a Logan Paul guy. I'm just not.
yeah, me neither. I do think Logan Paul wins this with hoopla, and then you do LA Knight and Logan Paul, and then LA Knight beats Logan Paul. I
Because then we're gonna see Logan Paul's friends. Like I don't want to think about him when I watch wrestling. I don't know. It's
At
like
least you have Randy win, you turn him heel, and he works with LA Knight. You can do that.
oh, that would be look, Randy doing anything is amazing. Like Randy, like, and the Kevin Owens has been great, but then again, Kevin Owens winning the U.S. title wouldn't be taking like honestly after everything Logan like after like because their his feud with Logan hasn't ended, so like Kevin winning and taking Logan Paul's title will bring things full circle and hopefully end their fucking feud.
Yeah, you could do that, but again, you have LA Knight who's so hot, right? I would rather see him beat a heel or someone. You could turn Kevin heel. You could do that, and I mean,
Yeah, that's something you can do. Or turning Randy heel.
yeah,
Randy
Randy heel would be different.
amazing
Like,
heel.
because Logan Paul beating Randy would mean a lot more, right? Like, Kevin is
Yeah.
established and everything, but like LA Knight, who's kind of on the rise, beating a Randy Orton, who's one of the top guys in WWE, I think that would be a big deal.
Yeah. Honestly, yeah, no, but like I mean, I kind of just don't want to see Logan Paul at all, but like
Yeah,
I want to see Randy or Kevin win.
right. Okay,
Like
let's move on to the WWE Women's Championship match. We got Io Sky and Bailey. Turning Bailey babyface was the right call. About
hell
time.
yeah.
Yeah. So what
Hell
do
yeah,
you?
because people want to like her, man. Like
Of course.
she's always been dope.
Yeah, I don't really buy her as a heel. I mean, she was
No.
great in her role eventually, but like, I don't know, man. I only hear good things about Bailey. It's not
Yeah,
believable. Yeah.
and plus like she's actually in a position where she's not being viciously targeted by bad booking anymore.
No.
So like we said that Rhea can retain her women's title. Bailey's got to beat Io.
Yes.
Because like literally Bailey
No
built up
doubt.
this faction. They betrayed her. And you remember how heartbroken she visibly looked? Like, most people like when, oh, you kicked me out of my stable, you're not my friend anymore. Bailey visually looked like, damn, it's
Yeah.
like that. Like she had tears in her eyes and like believable tears. And that amazing promo she cut the following week where she started speaking in Japanese and telling him, yeah, I can fucking understand you motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Like all that stuff has been so ill. Like, so Bailey winning and actually a one-on-one match and not like some fucking four-way or five-way, a one-on-one win at WrestleMania. That like
And I think
fine.
down the line, Bailey versus Jade Cargill would be something.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah. That would be great. That would be that or Bailey versus Rhea. I wouldn't mind that either. But or yeah, imagine Bailey and Rhea unifying the championships.
Oh, sure, but that's not gonna happen.
No, yeah, no, that's like that's like video game booking.
Yeah, they got too much
Unifying
money for both
titles.
Raw. Like they got billions for Netflix, for Raw and Netflix, and uh millions and millions for SmackDown USA. So there's not going to be unified belts anytime soon.
You see, a pay-per-view that makes sense for unifying belts, Clash of Champions.
Sure.
Yeah. But like WrestleMania, but like no, but yeah, but yeah, I want Bailey to win. I want Bailey to beat Io. And I'm actually gonna be awesome. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, me too. All right, moving on to WWE World Heavyweight Championship, Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre.
Yeah. If Punk was still in this match, I would say obviously Punk beats Drew, but
You mean Punk beat Seth?
yeah, oh yeah. Oh yeah. It was supposed to be Punk and Seth.
Yeah.
But hearing CM Punk commentate Drew versus Seth was gonna be great. I kind of want Drew to win. So because then that sets up him and Punk later. But at the same time, even if Seth retains, that sets up him and Punk later. So I kind of want CM Punk to feud with both of these guys. like
Good.
So,
That could happen.
so yeah, good. But for this match, for this yeah, I say Drew wins.
Yeah,
Drew
I
wins.
mean,
Seth has had a
Drew.
good run.
Yeah, they've been setting up Drew a lot. You know, he beat Cody and all this stuff. They've really been building Drew for the past couple of months. So I definitely see Drew winning. And you can also use the story that Seth's lingering injuries got the best of him and all that. So good story here. And then you have Punk in the future. So yeah, I can see Drew winning here.
And you know what I appreciate about Drew McIntyre is that, like, obviously he's not a better promo than Punk. He's a better promo than Seth, arguably, but he's not a better promo than Punk.
I wouldn't say that. I would say Seth is a better talker than Drew. Wholeheartedly. Absolutely.
Yeah, well, yeah. I guess it's like Seth is better at making points. Drew speaks with conviction and confidence, but sometimes he's a little all over the place. Sometimes he starts talking about other stuff, and I'm like, but just the fact that Drew can keep up with these guys shows a testament. Is a testament to his improvement. So like it's just been really fun to watch Drew McIntyre for the past few weeks.
Yeah, and Seth has better delivery and he has a better connection with the crowd.
Seth just sounds funnier than Drew because he speaks in the Daffy Duck voice.
Yeah, the outfits in the song just annoy me, but everything else about Seth is outstanding.
And the sunglasses.
Yeah. All right, main event time. Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, Universal title.
You know what? I think Cody should lose again just to make everyone mad. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No. Now listen, like, I think it's one of those things. If Cody loses again, look. They can do what they want. It's their company. But honestly, if Cody loses again, what the hell are you gonna do?
Win the Rumble a third time?
No.
No.
Beat him. Beat Roman.
This is the time. This is the time.
Just do it.
The iron is hot. You're lucky it's still hot because I was at WrestleMania last year. And listen, last year I was open to seeing where things go. And I'm glad to see the trajectory that they put Cody on. They didn't just forget about it.
They almost fucked it up. They almost fucked it up.
Yes. He went through Lesnar 3 times. He went through Nakamura. He became the tag team champions and all this other stuff. He won the Rumble again. So it is time to pull the trigger.
Cody has been a company guy. He's done all your stupid commercials and all this
Yes,
bullshit.
he's in the video game and all
Oh,
this other stuff. They made the documentary for him last year. It is time. The time is right now. It's time. Please, you don't need to drag this thing out. Look, Roman is established. He's been champion for 4 years. It's time. It's time.
because Cody wins this year, right? Imagine next year, because I was gonna ask you a question. Imagine next year, Cody defends against Walter, and Walter beats him. Maybe next year or 2 years from now.
Sure,
But like,
fine.
but I want to ask
Do
you,
whatever you want. Do
yeah,
whatever you want. Get Kenny Omega from AEW and have him. I don't care.
I
I don't
hope Kenny
care.
Omega and MJF come here.
I don't care what you do. I just want him to beat Roman this year. You can do whatever you
Yeah,
want after. But
yeah.
right now, it needs to happen. You can get Kento Miyahara from All Japan. You can get Jake Lee. I don't care what you do. I don't care. Okay, that's gonna do it for WrestleMania. We'll be back to recap both shows. But before we go, Smiley, how excited are you for this year's WrestleMania?
Honestly, I mean, yesterday we were having trouble picking which night I was gonna come over your house and watch it. Like, 'cause
Yeah.
I'm pretty excited. Honestly,
Yeah.
honestly, I'm pretty. Listen, I like despite all of WWE's, their quirks, their obsession with video packaging and all that bullshit, their best feuds that they're having right now are amazing wrestling feuds. It's like everything I want out of wrestling.
There you go. All right, it's the Wrestling Caucus. I'm Peter A.
I'm Smiley Ariaga.
And you can follow us on the socials. Links are in the description. And enjoy WrestleMania. Later days.